Yeah, while I go on YouTube, it's your boy, one of them ones. I know I haven't been active for a while, but I did manage to catch this fight. So let's get into it.
119 to 109. All three scorecards go to the winner by unanimous decision.
Stop.
The fighting pride of London.
Yeah! Fucking back up! What? Eat out, box down! Look at the scorecard!
I am ranked number one. One! That means I'm the best.
You're done already.
On one hand, I'd say it's a fragile win. On the other hand, I'd say it's a comfortable win. When you're preparing for opponents, it's all about interpreting what you think that opponent's going to do, what he's about, having a plan to deal with what that opponent's about, and executing it. So, in terms of the opponent he fought and the fight plan he had, he executed it and it went down to a T. So AJ was sticking on the outside. He knew that Ruiz had a shorter reach and Ruiz can only work on the inside. Despite his size, Ruiz is pretty good at combination punching, chain punching, and he can be quite effective. So you could see from the first round that AJ's plan was to stick on the outside and Lennox Lewis jab his way to a victory. So he was successful in that. I also give him credit because he had the stamina to go to 12 rounds. It's not the first time AJ's gone 12 rounds, but you know, he was dancing around, moving around, looking somewhat like Ali with the I'm not trying to compare him to Ali or nothing, but I'm just painting a picture as to what he was doing in there. And I've only ever seen AJ do this in this fight and the previous Ruiz fight, where he's sitting on the back foot and being a boxer. Now, being a boxer in a heavyweight division is notoriously difficult because you're having to move around all that mass and weight. It's fatiguing. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not a style that's usually employed in the heavyweight division. The thing about the sweet science, being a boxer or technical fighting, whichever term you want to use, is you have to be just as successful offensively as you are defensively. The problem that I had with AJ in this fight is he had the right game plan in that he was going to stay on the outside and box Ruiz, because he knew that Ruiz, being a Mexican, he's up for firefighting and, you know, scrapping on the inside. You know, Mexicans, you know, that's just what they do. However, AJ wasn't as successful in his offense as he was with his defense, or I'm not even going to say defense too much. I would say more so nullifying Ruiz by not allowing Ruiz to get to him, essentially. It just wasn't clear enough for me that AJ was landing successful, clean shots on Ruiz. And that raises questions as to whether, you know, AJ was just so terrified of getting hit. And yes, the sweet science is about not getting hit, but he was so terrified of getting hit that it affected him and his ability to be a successful offensive fighter within the context of the sweet science. Anyway, it wasn't the prettiest win. There's still obviously questions about AJ because the first Ruiz fight, there was a lot of unanswered questions from that. You know, the why am I feeling like this and what hit me and them kind of things. Those are not words that you expect to hear from a professional fighter just carrying 3 straps or 4 straps or however many straps that he had or that he still has now. But anyway, it was a good victory for AJ. He got the job done. The fight plan he employed against the opponent worked down to a T. But what is AJ really about? For me personally, I don't have a lot of confidence for AJ going forward. I think he's a fragile champion, but we're going to have to see what happens next.